Can you feel it, hockey faithful? That gut-wrenching knot of fear tightening in your stomach, whispering the unspeakable question. Could we actually lose him? Or is it a soaring, almost dizzying sense of liberation, a fresh breeze finally sweeping away years of financial shackles? In the relentless high-stakes drama of the NHL, where every contract, every trade, every whispered rumor can send shockwaves through a franchise, two teams stand at the precipice of wildly different, yet equally monumental futures. This is your exclusive NHL Deep Dive, and today, we're pulling back the curtain on the swirling rumors and calculated maneuvers shaping the destinies of the Vancouver Canucks and the Montreal Canadiens. We're talking about the future of a generational talent, the emotional farewell to a franchise icon, and the exhilarating prospect of a team finally ready to unleash its newfound financial might. Get ready, because the drama is just beginning to unfold. Let's skate first to the Pacific Northwest, where the future of Vancouver Canucks captain Quinn Hughes has been shrouded in a fog as thick as a West Coast morning. The whispers began innocently enough as a seemingly offhand comment from team president Jim Rutherford, floating the notion of Hughes one day joining his brothers Jack and Luke with the New Jersey Devils. What might have been dismissed as mere speculation has since become a persistent, unsettling hum, a constant backdrop to every Canucks discussion, a low thrum of anxiety for a fan base that has known its share of heartbreaks. Hughes, a dazzling defenseman and the undisputed leader of the Canucks, is currently just 2 years away from unrestricted free agency. For a player of his caliber, entering his prime at 25 years old, this timeline is a ticking clock, prompting fervent speculation that if the Canucks cannot secure him with a long-term contract extension by next summer, they might be forced to consider the unthinkable, trading their captain. The very idea sends shivers down the spines of the Canucks faithful, a loyal legion who have watched Hughes evolve into the cornerstone of their franchise. James Nichols of New Jersey Hockey Now, while acknowledging the persistent conjecture linking Hughes to the Devils, doesn't believe a trade is imminent, and for good reason. Hughes himself, in a recent interview with Sportsnet's Ian McIntyre on September 5th, offered a glimpse into his current mindset, a perspective that, while reassuring in the short term, still leaves the long-term picture tantalizingly ambiguous. Who knows what we can do, and who knows how I'll be feeling this time next year. It's still a year away, Hughes stated, emphasizing his focus on the upcoming season. He's not looking beyond the immediate horizon, a sentiment that speaks volumes about his commitment to the present, but also leaves the door ajar for future possibilities, a subtle hint that his loyalty, while strong, is not yet absolute. Trading Hughes this season would be nothing short of a white flag, a clear, unmistakable signal that the Canucks are embarking on a full-scale rebuild, a move that would undoubtedly alienate a fan base hungry for success. But their actions this summer tell a very different story. The re-signings of key players like goaltender Thatcher Demko, sniper Brock Boeser, and gritty forward Connor Garland are not the moves of a team throwing in the towel. These are the calculated decisions of a franchise desperately hoping to rebound after a disappointing 2025 season that saw them miss the playoffs. The message from the Canucks front office is clear. They believe in this core, and they are pushing for immediate success. And this push for immediate success is the linchpin of their strategy to retain Hughes. If the Canucks can defy expectations, make a strong playoff push, and demonstrate a clear, tangible path to contention, it could be the most powerful argument they can make to convince their captain that his long-term future, his championship window, truly lies in Vancouver. The upcoming season isn't just about winning games. It's about winning Quinn Hughes' heart and mind, proving to him that this is where he can achieve his ultimate goals. The stakes for both the team and its captain have never been higher, a high-wire act where every shift, every save, every goal carries the weight of a franchise's future. Now, let's pivot from the anxious uncertainty of Vancouver to the vibrant, suddenly unburdened atmosphere of Montreal. For years, the legend of Carey Price has cast a long, protective shadow over the Canadiens' net. His iconic saves, his stoic demeanor, his unparalleled talent. He was the bedrock of the franchise, the very embodiment of a Montreal goaltender. But time and injuries are cruel masters. Price has been permanently sidelined, his career tragically cut short. Yet his substantial contract remained a significant albatross around the Canadiens' neck, handcuffing their ability to maneuver in the salary cap era, a constant reminder of what once was and what could no longer be. That all changed on a momentous Friday. After paying the permanently sidelined goaltender his $15.5 million signing bonus last Monday, the Montreal Canadiens officially traded Carey Price and a 2026 fifth-round draft pick to the San Jose Sharks. In return, they received minor league defenseman Gannon LaRocque. On the surface, it might seem like a small return for a player of Price's stature, a mere footnote for a legend. But the true prize for Montreal isn't found in the player coming back. It's found in the cap space created, the shackles finally removed. Shipping out the entirety of Price's cap hit has immediately made the Canadiens cap compliant this season, placing them a comfortable $4.568 million under the $95.5 million salary cap. This isn't just about compliance, it's about liberation. Marc Dumont of Montreal Hockey now has rightly pointed out that the Canadiens now possess the cap flexibility to make a significant trade to improve their roster this season. This isn't a future play. It's an immediate opportunity, a chance to strike while the iron is hot. And the potential for accrued cap space is even more tantalizing. If the Canadiens choose to be patient, they could accrue over $20 million in cap space by the March 6 trade deadline. That kind of financial firepower is a game changer, allowing them to absorb a substantial contract or take on multiple impactful players, truly reshaping their roster in one fell swoop. However, according to RG.org's Marco Demo, the Canadiens might not wait that long. Citing sources close to the organization, Demo believes the Canadiens could make moves much sooner, potentially before training camp even begins or certainly by American Thanksgiving on November 27th. The message is clear. The Canadiens are open for business, and they're not looking to delay. The primary target for this newfound flexibility is no secret. The Canadiens are desperately seeking a second-line center. It's been a persistent void in their lineup, a missing piece that has hindered their offensive consistency and depth, leaving their top line to carry too much of the burden. They were reportedly linked to Marco Rossi before he re-signed with the Minnesota Wild last month, a clear indication of their intent and the type of player they are targeting. Speculation also persists that they are among the teams interested in Mason McTavish, the talented 22-year-old restricted free agent from the Anaheim Ducks. While the Ducks are expected to re-sign McTavish, the Canadiens' interest underscores their aggressive pursuit of a foundational piece down the middle, a player who can anchor their second unit for years to come. Imagine the impact a legitimate second-line center could have on this young, developing Canadiens roster. It would not only provide much-needed scoring and playmaking, but also alleviate pressure on their top line, balance their attack, and accelerate the development of their promising young wingers. The Price trade isn't just the end of an era. It's the beginning of a new, exciting chapter, one where the Canadiens finally have the resources to strategically build a contender, a team ready to reclaim its storied place in the league. So, as the NHL offseason hurdles towards training camp, we find ourselves watching two distinct, yet equally compelling narratives unfold. In Vancouver, the future of Quinn Hughes hangs in the balance, a testament to the high-stakes gamble of team building and the delicate dance between a star player and his franchise. Every win, every dazzling play, every moment of team success will be a crucial step in convincing him that his destiny lies in the Canucks' colors, that his quest for a Stanley Cup can be fulfilled right there on the West Coast. Meanwhile, in Montreal, the emotional farewell to Carey Price has cleared the path for a new era of aggressive roster construction. The Canadiens are now armed with significant cap space and a clear mandate. Find that missing piece and find it soon. These are the pivotal moments, the strategic decisions that define an NHL season and shape the trajectory of a franchise for years to come. The ice is set, the players are in motion, and the stakes couldn't be higher for both the present and the future of these storied organizations. What do you think, hockey fans? Will the Canucks' desperate push for immediate success be enough to secure Quinn Hughes long-term, or is the pull of family and a fresh start too strong to resist? And who should the Canadiens be targeting with their newfound cap flexibility, a veteran presence, or another promising young talent to grow with their core? Drop your bold predictions, your passionate insights, and your burning questions in the comments below. We want to hear your take on these monumental shifts because your voice is the heartbeat of this game. And if you're as gripped by these unfolding stories as we are, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for all the breaking news and in-depth analysis from around the league, and let's keep this conversation going as we navigate the thrilling, unpredictable world of NHL hockey.